Let's clear something up. Being strong does not mean nothing affects you, okay? Because somewhere along the way, we started associating strength with numbness. And I don't know. I don't know why we think that because we're strong that we're not supposed to be affected. Because the emotional truth about this is that you can be healing and still feel very overwhelmed. You can be growing and still very much have hard days. You can be strong and still feel everything so deeply. And that doesn't cancel your progress at all. That just confirms your humanity. It confirms that you're human, that you have feelings, that things matter, and that you care. So the goal isn't to feel less, right? The goal is to feel without losing yourself. There's a difference. Regulation versus suppression. So when you suppress emotions, they don't actually disappear. Suppressed emotions store in your body, in your tension, and in your patterns. But when you regulate, you allow the emotion to move through you. That's where healing happens, okay? Speaking from a personal experience, there are times where I thought I had to hold it together. And that was a lot of my life, right? A lot of my life where I'm like, I gotta keep it together. I gotta be the strong one. I gotta keep, just keep everything up, 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 right? I had to push through. I had to stay composed. I can't feel too much. Let me put this feeling aside because there's no time for that right now. But really, all that did was delay what I needed to process. And eventually it would come out anyway, right? So when I did that, when I suppressed my emotions, it bled everywhere. So I may not have been feeling it, thinking it, holding space for it, but it came out in different ways. I would become more irritable. I would distance myself and not meet up with my friends. Or I would, let's see, I would crack. I would feel so overwhelmed and I would feel pressure in every aspects of my life, work, relationship, friendships, personal life, anything and everything. Working out, I stopped working out or I stopped doing the things that actually regulate me. And that's why regulation is so important. Regulation really allows you to release that tension, release the stress. They say stress is the number one killer. How do we release that stress? What does that look like to you? For me, releasing stress looks like talking to a friend, having conversations, which then opens up my mind, my creative mind. It unlocks channels and doors that were closed because there was tension and pressure that just wasn't allowing those doors to be open. Um, dancing. Dancing physically allows me to release tension and stress. It rewires my whole nervous system, actually. It allows the pressure to release and lighten up, and it allows me to soften up. Podcasting, having these conversations, allowing me to express my personal layer in these episodes and being able to provide motivation and words of encouragement to other people. That helps me regulate as well. Um, Watching TV blindlessly, that allows me to step away because sometimes my mind always is running. I have a new idea. I want to be creative. I want to do this and I want to do that. And I'm thinking this, or how can I get this done? And I am that person. I love creating. I love envisioning. I love manifesting. I love just bringing so much of my thoughts into the real world, into bringing it to life. And watching TV blindlessly allows me to rest my mind. And sometimes it makes me feel like, "Oh, okay, like, I'm being lazy, like, I need to get up, I need to what am I doing?" And sometimes I do watch it too long, right? Or watch TV, anime, whatever the case may be, I'm watching it too long. But I know that those are some things that allow me to regulate, because if I overdo it in, creating, my mind gets burned out. And then I don't wanna do anything. There'll be days where I just won't do anything, and that is also fine, right? It's okay to take breaks and moments, but if you're waiting till the last minute or if you're waiting until, like, you are burnt out, we need to shift a few things, right? So those are a few things that allow me to really release those suppressed emotions. Going to therapy helps as well. And therapy is not for everybody. There's different and creative ways to release and allow yourself to heal. Therapy is not the only way. Um, it's a good way. It's a great way. So there are different ways to go about things, and I just want you guys to know that you don't always have to hold it together. Holding it together doesn't mean that you are getting through. um, so I want you to take a moment and just reflect and think about this question and really contemplate and really dive deep. What emotions have you been pushing away instead of allowing yourself to feel? Yeah, you know that feeling. You know what I'm talking about. Think about that. Let that sit with you and take that with you this week. And just remember that strength is not about shutting down, it's about staying present, even when it's uncomfortable. Actually, especially when it's uncomfortable. Thank you again for tuning in. I really hope this episode, brought you some more insight on how to get through those tough times, or, not trying to hold it all together, and letting you know that it's okay to feel things, right? So take that with you this week, and next week, tap in, because we are going to talk about protecting the life that you are building. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great week. Bye for now.